Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Jonna. This is Jonna OMG. Today I'll be reviewing Summer House's Martha's Vineyard. This is season 2, episode 3. It's called Dishonorable Guests, and you'll know why in a second. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get right on into this review. So we pick right back off of episode 2 where Nick was asking Summer and Jordan was in the room also, but asking them if he makes them feel uncomfortable. And Summer does tell them, like, you get a little handsy. Like, when you're drunk, you kind of get all into people's personal space. They don't think it's inappropriate. Like, they don't feel uncomfortable around you. However, for a dude that has a girlfriend, the question is, with the girlfriend, receive it well? That's the question, because he's still in a relationship with Tasia at this point. He hasn't really said anything about her, honestly, but he's in a relationship with this girl. So for you to be all up in everybody's personal space when you're drunk and, you know, touching their arm or their shoulder or their waist or whatever, would your girlfriend like it, basically? So Shanice is hosting a like neon bubble party outside, even though it's like cold and rainy, but they were still like, let's do it outside. They had slipper slides. Of course, they was in the pool having a good time. But I am peeping Noelle flirting with Alex, child, and I'm just like, to myself, I'm like, Noelle, please don't lay it on too thick. Like, girl, don't lay it on too thick on Alex, because you're treating Alex like he's like the prize or something. And I don't agree. Like, I don't think Alex the prize. Like, just calm down a little bit. Let him come to you a little bit. Now, what I'm glad about, Shanice brought some of the dudes to the house, like one of her friends. So this guy named Hendrix, I guess, had his eye on Noelle, and they were doing a little flirting in the pool. And I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. I think this is a better option for her, honestly, truly. Because Alex really doesn't make any moves. Like, he's a snooze fest to me. Like, I don't know. I'm really not feeling Alex. But anyway, I was like, okay, yeah, I want Noelle to flirt with other guys. I'm glad Shanice brought some other dudes to the house. They only stayed that night and went out with them or whatever. But it didn't really last long, because Noelle said that he's the type of guy that you have to approach him all the time. And I'm like, girl, you talking about Hendrix like that? Alex is like that. You see yourself, you are going to Alex each time. Alex is not coming to you, Noelle. Like, let me calm down. But Noelle did express that it does bother her that Summer and Alex hooked up, even though that was way before her. But it's just like the fact that that's her friend. Like, Summer is her friend and she has interest in Alex. So she just really kind of doesn't know what to do. But I'm like, girl, just chill. One, because you don't even know Alex. You don't even know if this is a guy that you would actually be interested in. You just think he's attractive. And he's attractive, but that doesn't mean that he's a good fit for you. So, like, just pump the brakes a little bit. And I don't know how close Noelle and Summer actually are. Like, I'm still picking up the pieces of their actual friendship. So speaking of Noelle landing on thick, so they went grocery shopping. Of course, Alex is vegan, so they were getting him something. And Noelle brought him this like tofu sandwich bag. And the way when Summer heard that Noelle had bought Alex some food, the way she spun her head around that couch, she was like, oh my goodness. But Alex didn't even receive it well. He was just like, oh, I don't eat tofu, but it's the effort. Thank you. But it just, I didn't like it. I'm just like, boy, be grateful. Like, you didn't have to tell her in that moment that you hate tofu. Like, even Jordan peeped it too. It was like, Alex Summer was like, that's why I don't deal with him. Right here, right there. Like, Noelle really felt bad. She was like, oh, well, I tried. And I was just like, Noelle, like, girl, get it together. Get it together. Like, girl, you are beautiful. Like, you don't have to be checking for Alex that hard. Like, he not pressed about you. And I can see through that Zen bull that Alex tries to give us, this like meditation, soft life that he's trying to present to us. I kind of just see through it. I don't really buy it. So they have a house meeting. They want to talk about guests coming, and particularly Mariah and Phil. Now, if you remember from season 1, Mariah was supposed to be original cast member, but she kind of got into it with Bria over her dog's clothes being in the laundry. even though Bria didn't even put the clothes in there. Amir put the clothes in there, but they kind of got into it. And then Phil only lasted maybe like 20 minutes in the house, y'all. He was in and out so quick. But he was mad about the room situation and he ended up doing number two. I'm so childish. But he ended up doing number two in Nick's bathroom and left it there for Nick to have to flush. Like, bro, bro. First of all, it had to smell. Okay, you just leaving it there in the toilet, like we don't even know for how long. And Nick had to flush it. Like, dude, you are so childish. So they feel really disrespected by Phil. They don't want any parts of Phil. Phil cannot come to the house. But Jasmine does ask about Mariah, particularly to Bria, like how she felt about it. But Bria stormed off. She was like, I don't want to talk about it. But then, so initially she wasn't on board with it. But then Jasmine told her, like, Mariah's in a better space. Like, she just wants to come, have fun. Bria said, well, I trust you, Jasmine, so it's fine. Mariah can come. Okay, for now. But then later, Shanice and Bria get on the phone with Phil, who Phil is like really cool with Mariah, I guess. So they found out that Mariah already had a plane ticket secured. Okay? She already had a plane ticket secured by Jasmine. But to me, I think Bria and Shanice, mainly Bria, they're making it a big deal when I don't think it needs to be, because to me, that's why Jasmine wanted to have the house meeting. I think if the house said no, Mariah can't come, I don't think Jasmine would still bring her. I think she would either cancel the flight or have Mariah stay elsewhere. Like, that's why I don't think it's a big deal. But Bria think it is shady that Jasmine already had bought her a flight. Like, she already had plans on bringing Mariah before she talked to Bria. But like I said, I feel that after the house meeting, if it went another way, Jasmine wouldn't have Mariah come. Like, it's just as simple as that. But she doesn't like the fact that a ticket was already bought. But Jasmine told her later on, because Bria ended up confronting her about it. Jasmine told her later on, like, girl, this was an economic choice, okay? Like, and we know, we have bought tickets before. The closer the trip, oftentimes the more expensive the flight is going to be. So it was smarter for her to buy the ticket a while ago. We don't even know how far in advance she bought the ticket, but whatever. Bria's triggered. She confronted her. They went out to dinner. She confronted Jasmine about it. And then she ended up leaving after she didn't, I guess she didn't like what Jasmine had to say. So she left and went back home. I'm like, oh, Lord. So while Bria went back home, all the rest of them went out, having a good time. And then Alex and Noelle happened. So Alex is getting his flirt on. I guess girls are like approaching him in the club. And he's a cute guy. I'm not denying that. He's cute. But Noelle is like really triggered by it. And I will admit, like, I'm kind of that crazy girl too. If I've made up in my head that me and this guy are in a relationship and he's out there flirting, I'm like, what the? Even though Alex has no clue that Noelle actually likes him that much, I don't think he knew it all at that point. And Noelle did admit the night before she was flirting with the Hendrix dude heavy. So she really can't be mad at Alex, but she was triggered, baby. So she ended up sitting Alex down at the club and telling him that she has interest in him. She thinks he's attractive. He basically was like, yeah, I think you're fun and cute, but that's it. He friend zoned her to me. Um, which is fine. I'm not saying he has to be, has to date Noelle. But then he gonna go back, and I think he was talking to Amir. He gonna go back and tell Amir that he was ambushed. Like, see, Alex, like, you were not ambushed, bro. All the girl said was she has an interest in you. Like, how was that an ambush? Like, shut up. Like, shut up. But I can't be mad at Noelle because I have to be mad at myself because I have done it before. A dude don't even know I like him, and I'm mad that he flirting with girls. Like, what? Girl, it is crazy. It's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. It's crazy. I'm gonna do better. And Noelle, you need to do better too. Because like I said, you acting like Alex is the prize out here. Like, girl, please. It was cringy to watch how I really had like secondhand embarrassment for Noelle because like we were watching her on live TV get friends on. Like, girl, you really like put your heart out there to Alex, and I don't think you should have. I really don't think you should have, because I feel like you should have let some time pass to see if you even like him as a person. Right now, you're just going off looks. Because have y'all even had a like one-on-one like conversation? Yeah, I had a little short conversation in the kitchen earlier that Summer kind of walked into, so she made it awkward. But have they even talked about anything? That's why I'm like, Noelle, you shouldn't have did that. You should have waited, girl. Ugh. I was so embarrassed. But then on the way home, so they leaving the club or whatever. On the way home, Jordan and Summer got into it in the car right outside the house. And I'm like, ain't y'all sharing the room? Like, this is how this gonna work out? And I don't even know. It was about them yelling at each other at the dinner table earlier, and that just kind of trickled on. But they were both, I don't know if Jordan was drunk, but it was clear that Summer was drunk. So she just should have waited to have that conversation with Summer when they were both sober. Like, anyway, so we'll see how that plays out on episode 4. But that was pretty much the end of the episode. Let me know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Noelle and Alex? What do y'all think about Alex? I want to know what y'all opinion of him is at this point. I already know I have an opinion, but I'm curious if I'm just being biased. So tell me, what do y'all think about Alex? See y'all in the comments. Bye.